Right, golf mates, welcome to another video. I'm here at Carris Green with swing guru Simon Edwards. Now, in the comments, we've had a question. Is tee height important?
Tee height's important, but again, most people think it's important to get the ball to launch and hit it further or hit it straighter. Yeah, tee height is important, but it's not for the reasons that we think, and I'm going to explain why. So we had a great question in one of the comments on one of the videos we did. Is tee height important when you're hitting driver? It is, but not for the standard reason that people actually think. So what we're told, conventional wisdom, is we're told that we want half the golf ball above the top level of the driver. Well, that's a great idea if we're trying to launch that super high when we've got a big wide open fairway or we're hitting the thing downwind. It's really, really important relative to the shot that you're trying to hit. And this is where golf becomes way more environmental than anything else. So I'm going to talk you through pretty much what the best players in the world do and how I think it can help your game. So when we go onto any tee box, we have to figure out what the wind conditions are doing, what shot we're trying to hit. Now we're on the 5th hole here at Carris Green, which is a reasonably tight hole. Today it's blowing a little downwind, so we could send this up in the air. So what I would do here is I would have that ball teed up quite high. The reason I want it teed up quite high is I want to launch it really, really high to get extra carry distance. The wind will then help it to push it, and we're going to get a much, much better golf shot. Here's the real key with this, golf mates, is that when we have a tee really high, we have to make sure that we hit up on this. So we've got to make sure that your angle of attack is up through that golf ball. If you tee that ball too low, you'll top it, yeah, or you'll hit it at the bottom and the ball won't go anywhere. So when we tee it really high, we have to make sure that that ball position's up on lead heel, posture's really good, but we've got some right side bend. So what we're doing here is we're matching the angle of our shoulders through bending the right side, but still with the pressure on the left side to match the up strike that we want through impact. So we're creating that right side bend at address, and we're holding it at impact as we swing up on that. So let me show you. So we're going to set that ball up off that lead heel. We're going to make sure we've got side bend, and we're going to keep the side bend and launch this really, really high. Cool, so that ball's carried, it's done, it's stayed up in the air, it's done exactly what we wanted to do. So when you're then faced with an into the wind golf shot, or a really, really tight fairway, we then change the tee height. Okay, so the tee height, as we can see there, is an awful lot lower. What we've then got to do is match out the setup to make sure that we're not hitting up on this, but we're swinging level on it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to knock the ball back about a ball's width in your stance, and instead of having a loaded right side bend, we're going to have the spine angle really vertical. Pressure still in your left foot, and all we're going to think about there is we're going to keep the spine angle level as we swing that club towards the target. And what we'll see with this one, the ball will launch a whole heap lower. So when we're trying to find a fairway, yeah, ball's gone in exactly the same place. So when we're trying to find a fairway, all we're really trying to do is match the tee height to the shot you're trying to hit relative to the conditions that you're trying to hit it in. So we'll do that again. So just so everybody's aware of this, tee height is high, downwind wide fairway, ball positions up on lead heel, side bend, hold that side bend through impact. So we launch that super high. Tee lower. Ball back, a ball's width of the stance. Spine angle really level. Keep the spine angle level through the strike. Ball goes 60 to 70 feet lower, but will invariably find a fairway on a really, really tight hole. And that, golf mate, is why tee height is really, really super important.
It's okay with a tee height thinking you need to move your body a bit different with it. It's not just a case of having a tee high or low, is it?
No, the tee height is relative to the shot that you want to hit. So the body position becomes relative to the shot that you want to hit. So if we want to hit a high one again.
So this is gold, this, isn't it? It's not just a case of a lower tee, higher tee. You've got to do a bit yourself, haven't you?
But it's not always the same idea that you should have a pink castle tee or an orange castle tee or a red castle tee or a blue castle tee. Because if you just have one set of tees, you're going to struggle to hit different types of shots.
Of course.
Because the height of that tee peg is going to dictate what shot you can hit, because it's going to dictate what your setup has to be.
What where people could go wrong then? Say I've got an orange castle tee, what's high?
Yes.
In my head, oh, I've got a high tee, I'm going to hit, and I don't set up right, what would happen?
Well, okay, so if we have a high tee peg, and then we have a level spine angle, we're going to hit too much down on that. We're going to get the ball to come out of the top of the club face as opposed to there with all those shots that I hit, because it was there's your high shot, there's your low shots.
Right.
So if you've then got a tee that's too high with a setup that's incorrect, you're then going to hit too much down on that and the ball's going to pop up in the air.
This is gold. This is just pure gold for us amateurs, Simon. You're brilliant.
So again, if you tee it too low and you have a load of right side bend and you hit up on that, because the ball's too low, we're going to hit it out the bottom of the club face and just top it all day. Yeah. So we haven't got enough on it. So if we just remember that when we have high tee peg, we have to have right side bend, and always remember it's wide fairway or downwind. Yeah. If you take that, golf mates, as a rule of thumb, we think high tee peg, downwind, wide fairway, goes high, low tee peg, narrow fairway, ball goes low.
Which is a shot you would always have on this fairway, wouldn't it be?
On hole 5 at Carris Green, that's always the shot that you're going to play, because the fairway is about 26 yards wide. So for anybody that wants any help with any part of their game, I'm available at Carris Green for one-on-one golf lessons. I'm available on Skillist, and our Faults and Fixes schools are running, one-day golf schools are running from November through to the end of March. All my details are on the bottom. Please contact me at any time. It would be an absolute pleasure to help.